Hello there, here we are, fresh from farmer's field in Saskatchewan, Canada. Uh, we have a whole 68 Ford in Britain Cortina. It's certainly got some issues, but it's also got potential. So we'll see. You don't see many of these, but back in the day, this was the second most imported car in North America, in Canada for sure. And can you guess which one was the most imported? The VW Bug, of course, right? So a distant second is this car. Look, it's covered with black mold, you know, and looks like there was some sort of cans of something on top of here that sort of assisted in the black mold sitting there or something. I don't know. Kind of interesting. So it must have sat for a long time. There's the last bit of the mirror fell off in transit. And yeah, vents there. Only back trim. On the window is these corner pieces on both sides. But other than that, missing, and the front windshield as well. All the trim is here, but you know, certainly as far as, you know, a rally car goes, something like that, the trim is not that important. These back corners, quarter panels, I should say, like it's actually not through, but as soon as you hit down below on the rocker panels, that starts to get through there. As you approach that, and then through on the rocker panels. Some exposed rust here, but nothing too bad. The bottoms of these front fenders are, oh, I just noticed there was a badge of some kind here. Wonder what that says. Aerial's busted off, you know, signs of wear and tear, you know, like the rubber on the windshield wipers is just, you know, gone, eroded. Just pieces of black rubber there. So you can tell it's been out in the sun for an extremely long time. And but love those grills. Reminds me of a Falcon. Sitting here in Braden's shop beside his 68 Torino Fastback GT. Was waiting for a motor rebuild. Holes there. This door is perfect, as far as we can tell. Rocker panels shot. Rear quarter panel on this one. Got some issues there. You can buy those pieces and just cut and put them in. A bit of a wow here, not too bad. Some damage in the back corner, which meant this tail or this light was changed out. It's different than that one. Whether it's a different model or a different year, we don't know yet. The rear bumper was straightened. You can tell it's a little bit wavy there, but certainly usable. That's where the gas cap goes. We bought another one that just sort of utilitarian works from Rock Auto Parts. But again, the mold continues all the way back. You can see it as a CAA membership, American Auto Association equivalent in Canada. So it's been towed around a bit probably, or boosted in its history. And this one here is a Cortina 1300 Deluxe automatic. In Canada, this was the base model imported. The 1300 was a big deal compared to the Mark 1s. This is a Mark 2, which is 66 to 70, I believe. And it came with 1300 or 1600 Kent engine with a whopping 68 horsepower, this one. They did make a GT and a Lotus version that was a bit more exciting. But compared to what we're used to, not much excitement from that. Anyway, there's some grass blown in there. And then as far as the seats go, I mean, they're a little bit sun-wrecked on the top corners, that one especially, over there, but they still fit kind of comfortably. And, you know, this one had carpet, which I believe was only in the Deluxe. We'll learn lots more about it yet. You know, dash is cracked up, but still usable. Radio delete, so it was a basic vehicle. The emblem is taken off of the center of the steering wheel, but look at the steering wheel, no cracks in it, right? Kind of interesting, unless this little hairline cracks. And yeah, back seat, found some goodies. There's the extra light that goes on the front and another hubcap. We do have 4 hubcaps for this thing. They're pretty basic, but kind of cool. Headliner is most usable except for where the mice got in, of course. So, you know, got to be replaced. And yeah, and the mirror just fell right off, but the base is there. And yeah, so this is what we got. You know, clothes is not too bad. The big engine, I kid you not, as we try and work with the pole here that comes with. Here we go. Okay, that's the tower of power here, 4-cylinder. Look at the little opening. You got not even 2 fingers can fit into this as far as getting air in it. So it was not meant to be something that produced a lot of power. I think 62 to 68 or something is this particular motor. Compared to 500 and some over here, this is a bit of a change for us. We took the rad out, just got a hose going through a fender. We've got to figure that out first, but we've got some, you look in the cylinders, you put some diesel in there to see if we can get it to go down. There is a bit of movement on the diesel, though you're not sure, you know, how much of this is from, you know, evaporation, or how much of that is, it was full, the bowl was full, right up to the spark plug bowl that was filled yesterday. But how much of that is just evaporation, how much of it is maybe actually going through. We'll check the oil pan later on, but right now we're just trying to free it up. It seized pretty good. It's been a long time since it moved. And yeah, so that's what we got. That mirror, I'm not sure if that's correct. That's a 68 mirror off of a North American Ford, 68 as well, right? Same thing. But yeah, who knows? I don't see holes on the fender where it would have been otherwise. I don't see that. So, like in the British versions. So anyway, this is a pretty rare car. What should we do with it is the question. Does it become a sports car, club car, a rally car? Not many of those in our area as far as rallies go, but it could be that. We sat in it, not too bad for comfort. The British knew how to get the most out of the space they had on their narrow roads. So these cars are pretty good that way. That would be fun. We typically build street terrors and drag cars. This would be awesome that way too, being only 1,981 pounds. Could be a bit of a terrifying experience, which is kind of what we're going for in some ways. So we'll have to see. What came with it is, well, on the same trip, we dropped by another wrecker that we knew of that had a bunch of old stuff. And what we didn't realize is that walking through there for future reference, we found a 2-liter, what they commonly call a Pinto engine, which should be called an EAO engine. And that is the first overhead cam, single overhead cam, but they called it just an overhead cam motor. It's got the rest of the doodads that go on it. And it's also got some, yeah, it's got some diesel in there that is not going down, which gives me hope actually for these ones because they did go down. So we'll see. The other 3 all go straight down, so those 3 are freed up. 1 is not. So, you know, this thing can be hot rodded to make up to 250 or so, you know, horsepower, which in a small car like this could be amazing. And it bolts to some different transmissions that can handle that and everything else too. So anyway, we'll have to see what we do. But anyway, that's the first look at it. We'll take it from here and see what we end up doing with it. Give us some suggestions. See you later. Okay. Well, I mean, nothing looks, you know, broken or wrecked or a piece of spring lying in here or anything, right? In our 2-liter.
I think the head bolts are Allen's.
Interesting.
Very German.
Or is it Torx?
Oh, it is Torx.
Yeah, made in Germany, these things. So we switched from an SAE, everything on the car, to metric everything on this block. Yeah.
But on the bright side, you can pull this out without having to screw with this at all. You can pull the head off without, like, you can take the timing out, but you can pull the head off without having to screw with any of the valve adjustments.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the intake and exhaust. This makes it heavier.
All right, we're hoping to, so you pulled off the bottom pan.
Yeah.
And you gotta look at one bearing.
Yeah, the bearing was fantastic. So
Like a pretty much perfect. No wear marks.
yeah, you can't see any copper or anything like that. So we just
No, and no,
put it back on,
yeah,
torqued it.
no even wear marks that would tell you it's going down to the copper.
Yeah, it looked brand new.
Which was really funny to me.
Yeah.
So, I know, hard to say.
We tried banging that piston out or just down a bit to kind of free it up. And I was adamant we had gotten it, and Dad's like, no, I didn't move at all. And we looked and checked it, it didn't move. So yeah, we tried a little harder with a bigger hammer, but didn't do anything. So
we want to see it from the top then to see what we're dealing with, right?
But the rub is we can't do that without getting rid of the timing of the motor. So now we need to buy a book or figure out timing at that point.
Yeah, well,
which is fine, but
yeah, I know.
Anyway, so
it is. This may end up being a pile of parts looking around, or it may be something we rebuild. Who knows? We'll find out.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, starting to pop.
Yeah. Okay, maybe we can do this now. There you go. Oh yeah.
We call this the flow-through head, flow-through engine, because you know, intake on one side and then exhaust on the other, which at the time was a novel idea. So the back is the one that is giving us the most trouble by the looks of it. So let's see if we can. Oh yeah, yeah.
That looks like trouble.
That is not so good. Do we have a light handy here? No. Okay. Hold on. We got a cable caught here. There we go.
Okay. He's far enough away. Yeah, this thing wouldn't ran very good.
Yeah. We did soak it with diesel, you can tell that.
Yeah, soaked it up.
Keep it out of the water passages if we can.
So the middle port had a bunch of schmutz in it. I was able to get out with an air hose.
Look at that.
Yeah. I wonder what that is.
That's on the top of the engine.
So every valve can't be open. It's like, what is...
Okay. Well.
Clean this up and then we'll come back here.
I'm checking for bridge. It's hard to tell because it's a bit rough, right? So you can't, it's not easy to tell. Because that will determine how many kilometers on it for sure, or miles, I should say. Okay, we'll be back. We'll be back. So we decided we don't do 4 cylinders, so it's getting a 289 cubic inch. Stay tuned.